The comprehensive teachings codified by Allan Kardec unveil a reality far more intricate than the narrow confines of our physical existence, positing that the entire universe operates as a vast, interconnected realm where the visible and the invisible constantly intermingle. We are not isolated beings moving haphazardly through a cold, indifferent cosmos, but rather immortal spirits temporarily vested in a material body, living as actors upon a cosmic theater where a profound spiritual war is perpetually waged. The brutal truth of our existence, according to the Spiritist doctrine, is that we are continuously subject to the influence of discarnate beings, forces that operate strategically to either elevate our consciousness or drag us down into the mire of moral stagnation and self-destruction. Allan Kardec, through his methodical inquiry and the consistent revelations received from superior intelligences, established that every single person is a channel, a medium in some degree, meaning the possibility of spiritual influence is a universal law, not an exceptional event. This inherent mediumship guarantees that we are never truly alone. We are either surrounded by luminous entities, our spiritual guides and protectors, whose mission is to foster our moral evolution and shield us from harm, or by lower-ranking, often obsessive spirits who feed upon our negative emotions and weaknesses. The core difference lies in our awareness. Some individuals possess a cutting clarity, discerning the pure voice of the guide from the parasitic whispers of obsession, while the majority remain in a deep spiritual slumber, completely oblivious to the powerful legion of light, dedicated entirely to their salvation and guidance. Today, we turn our attention exclusively to this magnificent force of protection. We will systematically explore the undeniable, strategic and often intimate methods your spiritual guide is using right now to pierce through the physical veil and make contact, compelling you toward the destiny of greatness you were born to fulfill. These signals are categorized into those that detonate within the mind, those that manifest in the physical environment, and those that the body itself uses to bear witness to the higher energy transfer. It is time to awaken the consciousness and receive the truth that will fundamentally restructure your understanding of self and purpose. The whisper of sudden revelation and intuitive flash. Imagine yourself trapped in the most suffocating cycle of self-defeating thoughts, relentlessly revisiting the same core problem, the same emotional pain, the same paralyzing fear for what feels like the millionth time, your mind spinning a web of anxiety that offers no escape. In that moment of complete paralysis, something extraordinary and immediate occurs. A thought, a concept, or a completely formed solution, utterly foreign to your current negative spiral of reasoning, explodes into your consciousness, violently forcing a complete and instantaneous change of mental direction. This is far more profound than a mere flicker of human intuition. This is the tactical intervention of your spiritual mentor. According to the foundational principles of Spiritism, the communication from highly evolved spirits often takes the form of intuitive flashes, pure thoughts implanted directly into the mind, bypassing the normal, slower process of intellectual reasoning. Your guide is not offering a suggestion. They are breaking through the existing mental barriers and the negative programming of the moment to deliver the immediate key to your self-imposed prison. It is a violent, immediate, and often profoundly disruptive shift in perspective that yanks your soul from a destructive course and sets it upon an unexpected path of clarity and ultimate victory. To recognize and immediately act upon this powerful, compelling impulse, this perfect idea that emerges from absolute nothingness, is to directly align yourself with the divine blueprint of your life's purpose and trigger a process of spiritual growth so rapid and intense that it allows you to skip stages of evolution that would typically require years of gradual effort. Allan Kardec teaches that these signals are invaluable gifts, direct from the higher planes, designed to accelerate your understanding of yourself and the complex, energetic tapestry of the universe, demonstrating the constant, guiding hand that never abandons the earnest seeker. The duty of the incarnate spirit in this context is to cultivate moral elevation, making the mental atmosphere clean and clear, so that the whisper of the guide is not obscured by the clamor of earthly passions and selfish desires, the language of repeating sequences and numerical codes. The strategic communication from your spiritual guardian is by no means limited to the subtle internal operation of thought. It also utilizes more visible, impactful, and undeniable methods to command your full attention within the physical realm. You begin to notice a persistent pattern of recurring numbers manifesting in your daily life. The exact same time displayed repeatedly on the clock, identical sequences appearing on vehicle license plates, financial receipts, documents, or even the serial numbers on objects. Dismissing this phenomenon as trivial coincidence is a profound mistake, an oversight of the spiritual alphabet being displayed for your benefit. Spiritist doctrine acknowledges that the universe operates on definite laws of vibration and energy, and these repeating sequences are precisely that, a powerful, resonant code, a specific energetic frequency that your mentor is leveraging to amplify the spiritual link between the planes. They are not merely numbers, but spiritual alarms, functioning as a clear, unmistakable call for you to awaken your latent consciousness and pay intense, focused attention to vital instructions and messages that originate from a higher evolutionary plane. You are being summoned to actively engage in the deciphering of the deeper mysteries of existence, interpreting the hidden, moral, and often prophetic significance of these numerical codes that persistently and intentionally intersect with your trajectory. Do not ignore these repeating number patterns, for they function as a spiritual megaphone, broadcasting essential guidance directly to your material awareness. The higher spirits understand that the incarnate spirit is often distracted by the demands of the material world, and thus they employ these striking, synchronous manifestations to cut through the noise and deliver their vital advisory with an undeniable, persistent pattern. This requires the development of attention and the continuous search for the philosophical meaning behind the physical event. Messages from the astral journey and conscious sleep. The most profound, liberating, and often overlooked channel of spiritual communication unfolds when your conscious, analytical mind is temporarily silenced by the process of sleep. You might believe you are merely drifting through random, meaningless dreams, but according to the principles articulated in Allan Kardec's works, you are in reality embarking on an intensive astral journey, a process known as the emancipation of the soul. During sleep, your spirit achieves a partial, temporary freedom that is entirely inaccessible in your state of waking confinement. Your vital energies are released, allowing your spirit to enter the spiritual domain, where it actively participates in events that are directly commensurate with your moral merit, your accumulated spiritual wealth, and your deepest, most genuine desires. In these spiritual excursions, which are far more real than the waking world often leads us to believe, you encounter enlightened entities, true guides and masters, who furnish you with crucial, indispensable orientation for your ongoing daily struggles and for the necessary next phase of your moral evolution. While the interactions upon waking may return to your physical awareness as fragmented, elusive, and nebulous visions that you struggle to retain, they stand as incontestable, absolute proof that your authentic existence transcends the limiting boundaries of the physical body. It is vital that you recognize the profound evolutionary value of these nocturnal moments, as they represent the legitimate, undeniable expression of your life beyond the restrictive physical barriers. Kardec teaches that those spirits who achieve a rapid emancipation upon death are those who, during their corporeal life, cultivated what he terms intelligent sleep, a state born of moral integrity and pure intentions, ensuring that the spirit rises to meet its benevolent guides, rather than being weighed down by lower passions, the unmistakable feeling of a gentle presence and touch. We now turn to the most intimate and utterly undeniable forms of communication, those that only become apparent when your inherent mediumistic faculty is actively engaged and the spirit intentionally chooses to interact directly with your physical being, utilizing your own nervous system as a crucial point of contact. The foremost and most frequently reported of these physical manifestations is the palpable sensation of being touched. Do not fall into the mistake of self-doubt. You can clearly, tangibly feel the pure touch of a benevolent spirit, a reassuring hand gently resting upon your shoulder, a tender caress through your hair, or a soft, comforting pressure applied to the back of your neck. This contact, often reported in mediumistic circles, is facilitated by the available mediumistic energy, which originates from your own spiritual disposition. This touch, when originating from your genuine spiritual mentor, is universally perceived as profoundly pleasant, immediately comforting, and floods your entire being with a deep, powerful wave of peace and well-being that can never be replicated by any mere material sensation. It is the purest possible evidence that you are not and have never been alone, and that you are actively being held, supported, and nurtured by an encompassing superior force. Furthermore, the spiritual guide's touch is distinguished by the unique feeling of fluidic transfer, a rush of revitalizing energy that immediately dispels feelings of loneliness or distress. This is the material world momentarily yielding to the spiritual reality, allowing a physical demonstration of protection and companionship, a tangible signature of your guide's protective vigilance. Physical energy shifts and the vibrational tremor. In addition to the direct sensation of touch, you must prepare yourself to feel an intense and localized tingling, a persistent vibrational tremor. Your body's extremities, your arms, legs, fingertips, or even a specific area of your back may suddenly begin to vibrate and tingle. This sensation is a clear physical indication of an intense spiritual presence, a pure entity acting directly within the confines of your personal vibrational field. It is, in essence, your own energetic blueprint, reacting profoundly to the arrival of a distinctly different frequency, a higher-order force that has deliberately manifested to establish communication. The tingling is the physical expression of an energetic alignment, a subtle yet powerful manipulation of the vital fluid within your perispirit, the semi-material envelope that connects the spirit to the body. This phenomenon is often felt when the guide is preparing to communicate an important thought, or when they are actively working to disperse negative, parasitic energy that may have attached itself to your aura. When this sensation is accompanied by feelings of profound well-being, serenity, or a sudden burst of clarity, it is the irrefutable seal of your guide's benign presence. It is a material sign of the spiritual law in action, demonstrating that the energy of the spirit, which is the intelligent principle of the universe, can directly influence and modify the subtle matter of the physical world. The heart's response to spiritual transfer and fluidic charge. Another critical somatic signal, often accompanying the presence and work of your spiritual guide, is a sudden and significant increase in your cardiac frequency. Your heart begins to race or palpitate distinctly. This abrupt acceleration of your heartbeat is a raw physiological reaction within your physical system to the reception of a massive and pure energetic load, an intense transfer of spiritual fluid from the benevolent entity. When this energetic interaction is with your spiritual mentor, the experience is overwhelmingly positive and deeply comforting, generating an immediate, profound sense of well-being, a powerful inner peace, and a reassuring feeling that your life is proceeding exactly as it should. Kardec's teachings emphasize the fluidic nature of spiritual action. The guide's energy is a healing, restorative force. However, here too, extreme caution and careful discernment are paramount. The proximity of a low-vibrating, obsessive spirit will inevitably provoke the exact opposite physiological sensations. This antagonistic energy will generate acute physical discomfort, a suffocating constriction in the chest, a feeling of nausea, or a sudden onset of panic without any rational, discernible cause. The Spiritist philosophy emphasizes that this difference in sensation is the unfailing moral compass. The good spirit brings peace and elevation, while the malevolent spirit brings oppression and confusion. Thus, your body becomes the direct instrument for discerning the quality of the spiritual forces around you. When the universe aligns, synchronistic moments and divine coincidence. Your spiritual guide frequently adopts the role of a celestial conductor, meticulously orchestrating a series of events that you, in your limited material perspective, might simply label as remarkable coincidence or fate. These aligned occurrences are never mere accidents. They are moments carefully calibrated and purposefully placed in your path, designed to capture your immediate attention and allow you to perceive vital, unseen connections within the cosmic order. This manifests vividly when you think intensely of a person you need to contact, and moments later, your phone rings with their name, or when you are desperately searching for a specific answer to a life problem, and the perfect response materializes through the title of a book, a phrase overheard in a crowd, or a pivotal line in a film. Your spiritual mentor leverages these synchronistic events as a powerful non-verbal method, to issue a critical warning or deliver an essential piece of advice concerning a vital element of your path, actively stimulating your perceptive faculties to recognize the fundamental hidden currents operating beneath the surface of your daily experience. They compel you to look past the superficial randomness of life and acknowledge the purposeful, guiding intelligence at work. This constant, purposeful alignment is a testament to the fact that the superior spirits have a hand in the unfolding of events, subtly shaping circumstances to benefit our moral and intellectual progress, encouraging us to recognize the action of the spirits on corporeal matter, as taught by Kardec, unexplained drops in ambient temperature and fluidic absorption. When the channel of communication between you and your spiritual mentor achieves a significant degree of strength and purity, the very physical environment around you begins to react palpably and visibly to their luminous presence, marking the convergence point where the material and spiritual worlds touch. One of the most shocking and frequently misunderstood signals is the sudden, inexplicable decrease in the surrounding temperature. It is a spiritual error to assume, as popular folklore often does, that all sudden chills or frigid feelings indicate a negative or demonic entity. The reverse is often true. When your higher guide is present, they strategically absorb a portion of the ambient energy or vital fluid in the immediate surroundings to concentrate and manifest their presence. The direct result of this fluidic absorption is a sudden, inexplicable cold shiver that runs through your body, a noticeable and entirely uncaused change in the temperature of the air around you. This sensation is not intended to frighten or startle you. It is a delicate yet insistently calculated method, used to demand your immediate attention and powerfully underscore the transmission of a significant spiritual message. This sudden shift in the physical thermometry is directly linked to the high energetic quality of the benevolent spirit beside you and their determined, loving intent to be acknowledged. This phenomenon is a subtle manifestation of physical mediumship at work, where the spirit, through a conscious effort and the subtle manipulation of energy, proves their presence by effecting a change in the physical properties of the environment, the electrical signaling of light and power. Another common and profoundly compelling environmental intervention employed by your guide is the unexpected, seemingly random disruption of electrical systems. Light bulbs may begin to flicker rapidly, abruptly fail, or inexplicably switch on and off without any logical or visible electrical fault. This is your spiritual mentor utilizing the flow of electricity, which is pure, untamed energy, as a direct spiritual telephone, attempting to establish an undeniable line of contact with you. Furthermore, in the most emphatic instances of environmental communication, electronic devices may suddenly appear to possess a will of their own, activating and deactivating in thoroughly abnormal patterns. Your phone may ring without a call ID, the radio might turn on and off late at night, or the television channel may spontaneously switch. However, it is fundamentally important to apply the rigorous moral discernment taught by Kardec. Obsessive spirits can also use similar physical manifestations. The crucial, infallible difference lies in the feeling that accompanies the phenomenon. If the energy you feel is one of deep well-being, renewal, and harmony, it is undoubtedly your guide. If the sensation is one of dread, oppression, or irrational panic, immediate spiritual self-defense is required. The purpose of this electrical signaling is to serve as a constant non-verbal alert to the vital instructions and profound teachings that your mentor is tirelessly trying to convey to your waking mind, forcing you to recognize that the rules of the visible world are constantly being challenged by the reality of the invisible. Breaking the veil, symbolic visions, and the third eye. Finally, we explore the transcendent moments when the spiritual guide enables the sudden opening of the third eye, granting temporary visual access to the higher reality. These are the experiences of symbolic visions that you may encounter in moments of profound emotional distress, such as overwhelming anxiety or panic, or conversely, during periods of absolute focused stillness in deep meditation or intense philosophical reflection. At these critical moments, the heavy curtain that separates the two worlds is deliberately drawn back. These visionary experiences far exceed the limits of your common, everyday sensory perception. You may distinctly see scintillating bursts of pure light, fleeting but distinct apparitions of spiritual figures, incredibly complex symbolic scenes laden with meaning, or feel yourself suddenly transported into an amplified, elevated state of pure consciousness. This is not delusion or hallucination. It is the superior reality forcefully piercing the dense physical veil, opening clear windows for you to immediately recognize that infinitely more is at stake than the triviality of your day-to-day existence. These visual experiences are designed to induce an overwhelming, transformative sense of fundamental connection to a reality far vaster than your current perception, and they immediately inspire a deeper, more committed understanding of your own spirituality and purpose. The development of lucid mediumship allows the spirit to perceive these signs with increasing clarity, making the guidance not an assumption, but a visual certainty. The guide is using these extraordinary means to compel you to accept the multi-layered reality of life and embrace the profound mission of your current incarnation. Now that the brutal truth about the unseen spiritual conflict has been laid bare, and you are equipped to identify the unmistakable, non-negotiable signs of your spiritual mentor, we arrive at the most potent, most transformative phase of this revelation. The profound, extensive knowledge you have received is not a source of fear. Its true purpose is to ignite your spiritual courage. Allan Kardec teaches that the primary reason the Legion of Light is so persistent in manifesting through elevating thoughts, peaceful vibrations, and comforting physical touches is to constantly remind you of the indomitable, unshakable essence of who you authentically are. You are not a victim bound by the limits of your physical body. You are not merely the sum total of your accumulated errors, failures, or the very emotional pain that has defined your journey until this instant. At your core, at your most fundamental, genuine essence, you are a divine spark, an eternal, radiating beacon of unconditional love and everlasting spiritual light. The true mission of your spiritual mentor is not to rescue you from a predetermined fate of misery, but rather to serve as an infallible catalyst, helping you vividly recall the innate divinity, the immense creative power, and the sovereign strength that resides undeniably and powerfully within your own soul. They operate as the perfect mirror, reflecting your limitless spiritual potential, the gentle but firm hand that constantly guides you back to your own inner strength. Therefore, when you feel that subtle, unmistakable touch, that tingling sensation racing through your extremities, or the sudden, potent thought that inspires you toward a higher moral action, recognize it immediately as the frequency of peace. This is the irrefutable, undeniable proof that, no matter the difficulty or intensity of your current life struggle, you are being continuously bathed in an energy of healing, absolute protection, and moral elevation that transcends and overrides every single material challenge. Your most sacred responsibility, as taught in the Spiritist doctrine, is to actively maintain the purity of the channel. This is achieved through the unwavering intimate reform, the daily brutal vigilance over every thought that springs into your mind and every word that escapes your lips. This discipline is the moral firewall that automatically repels obsessive entities while simultaneously acting as a magnificent beacon, powerfully attracting the sustained presence and direct intervention of your highest spiritual guides. Your personal commitment to moral good is the key to maintaining this spiritual clarity. Embrace this truth, accept this unyielding protection, and honor the constant presence of your spiritual guide by keeping your heart pure and your thoughts vigilant, for the battle begins and ends within the domain of your own consciousness.